So my biggest problem as of late has been that I simply cannot manage my time. I have probably a month and a half, no, almost 2 months worth of vlog that I simply haven't put up. I mean, real quick recap, it was a bunch of car stuff. Now there are a few standouts. I got the new Crane Zhiyun M, Zhiyun Crane M, whatever. That's been super fun. I made a pretty cool, interesting, I think, video on gear versus storytelling on the main channel, so check that out. But I've really been missing something out of my life. So I was thinking about it and I said, what exactly isn't around and why am I not completing these vlogs? Like, why am I not doing the work? It's easy work, it's easy editing. Why am I not doing it? And I realized that really the only thing that's changed from before I was doing these regular vlogs was the 100s. So I think it's time that we bring it back. Now, there is a problem with that. You guys know that I am not an artist, so I can't really be creating a full comic. I mean, I made the 100s anthology piece, and that was super fun. I was super excited, super proud of the fact that that was done, and like, I really enjoy how it came out. I think a better artist could have definitely done a better job, but that's just going to be the nature of the beast. Now, I'm not just going to continue working on the existing projects directly, because as I've mentioned before, Wolfpack is something that I really want somebody to handle who's got the chops for it, and I definitely don't have the chops. I mean, that's not self-deprecating, that's just understanding the level of quality that I want for the book and understanding what I can produce, which is not the level of quality that I want for the book. But on the subject of Wolfpack, we do have the show coming up in October. I mentioned this during the 100s. I bought a 10 by 10 foot booth, and there is a bunch of stuff that still needs to get done. We've gotten a few things done, but it's July. October's coming up pretty fast, and there are several things that need to get done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cue, as it were, from the greats. I'm going to follow Mike's old format, and I'm going to have several daily as well as weekly and monthly goals until this is all done. So for the next 100 days starting tomorrow, we're going to be cranking out a comic book convention show. So if you're interested in how I go about that process, follow along. Alright, so I do everything out of OneNote, so it only makes sense for me to do this here. So there are 3 facets to what I'm going to be promoting, or we're going to be promoting at the show. The primary, of course, is going to be Wolfpack. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And can we make it fancy? Hold on, let's hit enter. Let's make this, I don't know, not like use any of this stuff. Yeah, does that make it bigger? Yeah, it made it bigger, or something, I don't know. Bold, italic, and shit. Yeah, let's do that. Perfect. Second facet, second aspect of the Nexus that we're going to be promoting, we're going to be selling G-Shift copies. G-Shift is our game, if you are not aware of, through Deadweight Games. We have a modest sales. We've had some modest success with it. People got some issues with it, but that's why I've been doing the game. Well, that's why I was doing the game classes, so I could learn the platform, learn Unity, so I can go in and update the game. Have not been doing that, so I might include that into this process to see if I can get that done and maybe hopefully update that by the time this happens. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about G-Shift. Now, the biggest thing about G-Shift in this situation is that it is actually going to be just very simple for G-Shift. We'll talk about that. Let's identify the 3 major components that we are going to be promoting. Third major component is going to be Catalyst. Catalyst, if you guys don't remember, is the website where I want to be able to pay creators for their work, zero cut taken, and just give people a platform to make some money, make some secondary or tertiary money aside from, you know, their primary hustle. Now, like I said, G-Shift's gonna be pretty straightforward. We're really only gonna be doing a couple things for G-Shift, so let's go ahead and make that list right away. G-Shift, we're gonna be selling key cards for Steam specifically. We are then, actually, let's, to do that, since this is gonna be nice, to do tag. We're gonna be selling key cards. We're gonna be selling prints. One's gonna be done by Jason, there it is. And then we're gonna really heavily asterisk this item, but we have a connection to a 3D printer. We may be able to sell a few figures. So we're gonna say 3D printed statues, which include with mini comic. That's also gonna be by Jason. Jason is a friend of mine who I met through a long friend, actually my oldest friend in the world, and he is an excellent creator. He's an incredible videographer. He is a great comic book creator. He's got an ongoing comic called, I'm ashamed now, I don't remember. It's called Half-Hearted Heartache. It's a very entertaining daily comic strip based on his life, and I think that's awesome. So I wanted to have him do, there's a mini comic that is essentially like a blooper ending to the original G-Shift game. The G-Shift future plans that we are making are not really based on that, but still, it was this really hilarious thing that we thought of when it was first made, and I really wanted to see it to come to print. We might do the mini comic, actually let's just do that. Let's just say, regardless of that, let's do a mini comic. Mini comic. Now we're talking like a one-page mini comic, like nothing major. Also Jason. Alright, so that's it. That's it for G-Shift. Nothing else. Very straightforward. Key cards. We are also doing a computer set up with the game for demos. Let's just call it demo computer. Demo computer. And we'll probably use my Dell. Give myself the most information I can right off the bat so we can approach it the best way. Now for Wolfpack, we've got the packets that I talked about, the little like dossiers. So that's gonna be one of the first things. Let's get that to do tag on there. 3 prints. Cameron. Sean Gazian. I feel like there was a 4th in mind. We'll think about that. If I remember it, we'll go down that route. Now, Gaz is already done. Strike through. I remember things in Office. So that one's already, well, I mean, I already have the Sean one as well. Duh. So I need to send the information for the comic to Jason. I need to send the information for the commission to Yan. So this is the kind of stuff that I need to kind of keep on the list. I have a little mini to-do list in Chrome. I want to clear that off that list so I can add it to this list. So we got dossiers to be made, the 3 prints, turnarounds. They were, I think I'm just gonna do those. They were in the hands of somebody else. I'm gonna double check with him. I said I wanted him by the end of June so we can move on to the next component of all this. I don't know if he got them done. Turnarounds, dossiers. Dossiers is gonna be one-off. I don't know if you guys remember. If you have not watched the old video, the idea is to have these kind of dossiers. They're essentially gonna be reports from various, it's like a really long explanation, but it's gonna be like these reports about the Wolfpack organization over time, so they're all gonna have kind of different formats and different looks. We're gonna have a little bit of background information, just like you're gonna get like a little bit of the lore, but it's gonna be, they're gonna be one-offs. So I'm gonna make, make like 10, 15 of them, and whatever I don't sell, I'm literally gonna burn. I'm gonna make a video where I burn them all. So the whole idea is that these are gonna be one-time exclusives. Once I make them, I'm gonna scan them so they can be included in like a trade later, but the actual physical thing, you're never gonna see them again. You know what? I take it back. I'm not even gonna scan them. In that format, trying to get it to focus again. In this format, you're never gonna see them. You might see like the content, so like I might include some of those like reports and stuff in the trade later on, but the actual dossiers in the format that they will be presented at this show will never be seen again. It's gonna be awesome. Like, what's a good sign for that? Get him before I burn him? Get him before the government gets him? Something like that? I don't know. I have to come up with something. I want to have maybe a prose story with a cover. I could do a cover, or let's say prose mini book free. A giveaway. It'll be available on the Catalyst website, of course, but if somebody wants to pick up a free book, get into the lore, maybe, you know, put in some money into hopefully a Kickstarter. If we find an artist, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest issue for Wolfpack right now. Actually, let's put that on the list. Decide on artist, right? That's going to be the biggest thing, because then we're going to also need to develop Kickstarter. Boom. For Catalyst, so we're going to say new design, existing thing. And I can't even tell you guys, like, that hurts my soul, but I think it's going to be the best for the project. Then on top of that, I think we should definitely have a new domain. Currently, it's just set at writemyepic.com, which was the original iteration of this. I think it's kind of a long name. I think we need to find some sort of different way to, like, catalyst dot whatever, like one of the new fancy domains. I think that's the way to go. So, new domain. Catalyst dot domain. The next thing is going to be content. So content is going to be another big one. Content, Wolfpack, prose, short stories. I've been writing for a long time, all the way back to high school. I've got a few of my short stories, I think, already on the site. I want to make sure they're in there. I want to make sure they're in good shape. I want to make sure I have all of them up. I have some other ones that are really cool ideas. Stuff that's somewhat short stories, some stuff that might be straightforward, like concepts. I call them sketches. I call every idea is a sketch to me, whether it be a story or a drawing. So maybe convert some of those sketches into short stories. Maybe just put up the sketch, take some feedback on the ideas that are in it, something like that. I don't know. Comics. Speak with, like, contact creators. I've spoken with somebody already. I've spoken with a couple people actually during C2E2 that were interested in this idea. So I definitely got to reach out to them. So I think that really does it for Catalyst. Now, that is the stuff we need to make for the 3 areas, right? We're also, obviously, T3G is going to be there recording, promoing. We might live stream the thing or part of it. I mean, it's a 2-day event. I don't think we're going to live stream the whole thing, but we might live stream some of it. But that's all stuff that we can do right now. We don't need anything special for that. We don't need to get any new equipment or anything. Like, it's just what we do now. So the rest is show presence, let's call it. That's going to be the actual stuff that we need to make ourselves visible to people. So as I said before, we are gonna, so I already talked to the con organizers. They said that it's a freestanding booth. So I'm expecting to be accessible and approachable from all 4 sides, right? It's a 10-foot by 10-foot booth. I'm expecting to be accessible from all 4 sides, which means that we need 4 tables. I have 1, so we need 3 tables. And I think 1 I think my one is 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna say another, no, I think we say 8-foot tables, because then the 6-foot table can be the like entryway. We need a top secret stamp. I really want that to have like an authentic feel on the dossiers. So that's something that we're gonna need to spend some money on. And also, I want an embosser. And I'm trying to really think, I think we're just gonna emboss the outside of the dossier, kind of with the, like, this is the most recent person providing this report, you know, the current office, whatever that may be. And I might need to actually get like an actual logo. I feel like it's gonna be like the most recent one's gonna be DHS, Department of Homeland Security. So that might be the emboss I need. That might put me on a list. I don't know if I make like if I get an embossed Department of Homeland Security thing, that might put me on a list. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I don't get on a list. And then we've got some stickers. I'll be damned if I remember which stickers it said. It says 3 different ones. That's all it says on my notes here. So let's say Wolfpack, G-Shift, and then, I mean, why not Catalyst? 1 for each. Why not? So that's everything that was on this list. Yep. Now, let's see, have we done any of this? Like I said before, we've gotten the Sean poster already. We've got Gas, we've got Yan to send out the information for him. Yeah, I mean, none of this stuff has really been done. I'm gonna call Dan one more time, see if he's done it, but this is what we're gonna be working on for these 100 days. I think this is all really achievable. I've got an expense tracking note here that as well that you can see. I'm not going to show you that, obviously. I don't want to show what kind of prices I'm getting for things. I've already gotten the print from Gaz. I've already gotten print from Sean. So those are the only prices I have so far. But as far as anything else, I don't really want to, you know, it's rude. I feel like people are, you know, you're going to get the price from the artist or price from wherever you're getting the stuff from. If I get any like ridiculous deals on any of the stuff that's, you know, store-based, I'll definitely link it out below, you know, on the description. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna keep that stuff to myself. So that is the plan. That is what we're going to be doing for the next 100 days. Tomorrow is day 1. I will see you tomorrow.